Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to the very first angel reading of the year. I'm Rachel Scoltock, and today I'm pulling you 4 cards. Well, I've already pulled them to let you know what this week has in store, but also it's a very powerful week. Obviously, it's New Year's Day today in Australia, so it's a time of new beginnings for lots of reasons, not just because the calendar tells us so. And also tomorrow we have a full moon. It's a wolf moon, it's a super moon. There's all kinds of things going on at the moment, which are all really positive. So let's get started with the reading. Every week I'm giving you a reading with some cards. I'm giving you the inspiration that channels through me. Sometimes there's healing involved. Sometimes there is other clear messages that you need to hear. So I started with the Kyle Gray deck, which I've been using a lot of recently, which is the Keepers of the Light. Artist is Lily Moses. And the card that you got today, now it's a bit hard to see with the light like this, Archangel Michael, Trusting Heaven. Isn't that amazing? I don't think, there's a few angels in this deck, but it's wonderful to see Archangel Michael show up in this card. So as a reading for you, what it's saying is that you really need to trust heaven this week. It's like, how about experimenting a little bit with the energies of trust and faith? I think that we love readings and we love to, get readings personally, or we watch readings like this on YouTube, or we have a look at what other readers are putting up on Instagram and things like that. And that's because we want, and I get a lot of messages from people saying, I hope this is true. So what I really feel this is saying is that to take your faith and hope and trust a little bit further and completely immerse yourself in trusting. What would life be like for you if you 100% trusted that everything was going to be okay? 100% trusted that you have angels by your side, and that those angels are working with you and for you for your highest good to bring about the best for you? What if you started to think about what was the best thing, the best case scenario that could happen rather than the worst case scenario? And if you experiment with that, fake it until you make it, what would life feel like? What's going to change when you really start to immerse yourself in that instead of just sitting on the edge of it and watching? You're no longer part of the audience. You are in the show. This is your life. And in this body, you're only getting one life. And so whether it's this year or next year, next week, today, you have to be fully present, fully aware, and take full advantage of the tools that you've got. And part of the tools are your angels. Your angels they're like standard issue. You get lungs and you get a heart and you get a brain, and you get angels. And whilst they're not part of your physical being, they're part of your spiritual being. They're part of your soul. And they come through with you for a reason. They're supporting you. They're comforting you. They're reminding you that you're not just a physical being. You're not just your thoughts. You're not just your to-do list or your job or whatever other label you have. They are helping you to remember your divine connection, which means really they're helping you to remember your power, that you're not alone, you're not separate, and you've got access to divine wisdom, guidance, and protection and healing at all times. And it's not just me and people like me that can do it. You can do it too. You don't have to go through training and become a healer to be able to have a strong connection to your angels, or even just to know that they're there. You don't even need to see them to know that they're there. There is a part of you deep down that really understands that, and you already know that they're with you. It's just that in your moments of fear, and fear is like a cloud covering the sun, you forget, or you wonder, or you second guess, and you question everything when you're in fear, don't you? We all do. We question ourselves, our path, the choices we've made, everything. We start to question ourselves. And of course, along with that, we question our divine inheritance and our spirituality and our faith. So what this is saying is it's time to start not questioning it. It's time to start just taking it for granted that these things exist and they're with you, and then seeing how things change. When you really connect to your angels with trust and faith, their help becomes stronger. not because they sort of are rewarding you for believing in them, but because your faith is part of the chemical reaction that makes things happen. So you're actually opening more to that assistance. You're more aware of it. You're more connected to it. You're in alignment with it. Your faith aligns you. That's why it's a powerful technology. So Archangel Michael is with you this week and helping you. And so I'm guessing, don't need to be psychic to know, there's a lot of you are setting intentions. You're putting out New Year's resolutions, and you're thinking about what sort of year you want and wondering what's going to happen. So calling on the angels when you're setting your intentions, and also bringing them in to say, okay, can you help me with this? Give me some guidance. If there's a problem, how can you help me to get out of this? What is it I need to know in order to leave this situation, or to change it or resolve it? So I pulled you 3 cards from a tarot deck called the Archangel Power Tarot by Radley Valentine and Doreen Virtue. I'm going to stop doing that because it doesn't help when there's too much light on there. So the first card that came out is absolutely beautiful for today. It's the Wheel. It's the number 10, and it's the Archangel Jeremiah. And it means there are new beginnings. You've got a fresh start. It's like the wheels of life are turning in the right direction now. And that makes sense because we've also come out of a Mercury retrograde, which means that everything felt like it was delayed and slowed down, which means now things are starting to move again. We've had this card before. Jeremiah always comes up when you're at a crossroads in your life. When you're at a place where you're trying to make decisions, you're trying to find the best path forward. Maybe you're at a fork in the road and you're going, shall I go this way or that way? Or maybe you don't even know what to choose. I know that many of you at the moment are feeling that way, that you're sort of feeling a bit out of sorts and not recognizing the things that used to inspire you and help you to feel great are just not working anymore. This is good news because it means that there is parts of you that are dying off. They're growing. You're making room for new. And look, remember when you were at school and used to play with dolls or cars or other things? There comes a point when a kid goes, I'm kind of bored of that now, I want something else. And that just means that that child is growing up. It's the same with us as adults. We don't ever stop growing. We don't ever stop maturing, evolving spiritually, emotionally, and in all ways. If we do, then we get really stagnant and stuck. Life is always moving and changing. And so this card is helping you to recognize what you've outgrown, what you're ready to let go of, and what needs to go, but also so that you can move forward. But also, not to panic about feeling that you're at that crossroads. Go within, meditate, get present and aware to what is and isn't working in your life. Be peaceful with it and know that as you let go, and that doesn't just mean letting go of things that don't work for you. It means letting go of trying to control everything, trying to figure it out today. Things will move naturally. The answer will come to you. You are connected to the divine constantly. Remember that. I am one with all that is. I am one with the divine. My angels are guiding me. I'm never alone. That helps you to activate that guidance and allow what needs to come to you rather than run out after it and lasso it and tie it down. So that's the first card. So this is telling you that you're right at the beginning of a new beginning. You've done well. You've been chopping off the cords. You've been releasing old karma. You've learned from the old patterns. You've risen above something. The second card is your guidance. Now this one is the Four of Ariel. I don't know if you can see in the picture as I'm holding it. There's a man standing quite stiffly in front of a house, and there's an angel with his house. There's money there. He's got security. He's got all of this wonderful stuff around him, but he's kind of looking a bit grumpy and stiff. Now, the reason he's looking like that is because he's resistant to change. He's not seeing what he needs to see. So the abundance is there. The angels are there. The security is there. He's safe, but he's not recognizing that because he's trying to make things happen the way he wants them to happen. Maybe he wants things to stay the same as they always have. Maybe he had a rigid idea and he wants to stay with that idea. Maybe he's been thinking about only 2 options and there's a third option that he hasn't even thought of yet. This is saying release your resistance Release your rigidity, release your inflexibility, be open, have a mind that is unattached, that's open, that is able to receive, because there's guidance and abundance coming to you. Look at that big bucket of abundance there. There's loads of gold. There's loads of it already there. One of the ways that you can release your resistance and activate your abundance is to start being grateful for what you already have. If he turned around and saw what he had already, he might not be quite so tense. There are things, everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you're held back from what you believe is your good because it's a blessing in disguise. Something maybe worse would happen down the track if you went down that track, or maybe it just wouldn't work out the way you want it to work out. There's something better waiting for you. And so you've got to sort of open your heart, open your mind, release resistance, soften up, because there's something great waiting for you. Finally, we've got the Star. Now, I really love that we've got 2 purple cards, because purple cards are major arcana cards. They're about big life changes, big transformation, really getting the lessons deep within your soul, not just knowing them, but integrating them into your life. The Star's the number 17. She's my favorite card because she's the Aquarian. It's about believing in yourself and being able to have real optimism. So remember, I said, people often say to me, oh, I hope this happens for me. I hope this is true. Hope is necessary. Hope is an angel. But when you say it in doubt, you're kind of holding yourself back. You're being limited. You're limiting the universe. This is saying believe in yourself, have faith. There are good things coming. Hold fast to your hopes, your dreams, and your faith. And you have every reason to be optimistic about what is ahead. Now, see, the angel in this card has got 2 jugs of water, and they're just flowing out. And it's not saying like tipple your good away, but it's saying go with the flow. So we seem to be having a lot of guidance this week about trust, about releasing, about letting go, about going with the flow, being a bit looser and less rigid with life. I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. It's over now, and we're already in 2018. So I'm sending you lots of love and angel blessings. I've got so much to share with you this year. I'm really excited. I'll be sharing some of the principles that I've learned over the last 15 years working with angels and studying spirituality, things that are going to really help you in your life. I'm going to be sharing more videos. I'm going to be sharing some online courses as well as more in-person courses. There's lots of stuff coming this year as well as my book. So have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you next Monday. Angel blessings.